Civil society groups as well as the parliamentary opposition are now calling for the Speaker of the House of Representatives to step aside after the Integrity Commission ruled that charges are to be laid against her. So what happens now? Thank you so much for joining us. I'm Dion Jackson Miller. This is All Angles. Shortly, we'll be hearing from Jeanette Calder, Executive Director of the Jamaica Accountability Meter Portal, JAMP, in studio with me, along with Principal Director of National Integrity Action, Daniel Archer. Before we start talking, though, let's go back to yesterday's sitting of the House of Representatives to see what all the fuss was about.
The Integrity Commission's investigation report into concerns that the Honourable Mrs. Marisa Dalrymple-Philibert, Member of Parliament and Speaker of the House of Representatives, made false statements in the statutory declarations filed by her for the years 2015 to 2021, and the indicative ruling regarding said report.
Members, to ensure that there is no accusation of conflict of interest, I, as a speaker this afternoon, has decided to table the Integrity Commission's report on an investigation concerning my statutory declarations. I have done so because I have absolutely nothing to hide. After the report is tabled today, the report is being sent to the Integrity Oversight Committee for its deliberations. I am also, as Speaker of this House, and in the interest of transparency, sending the report to the Ethics Committee under Standing Orders 73F and 73G. All members of this House will then be given an opportunity to discuss the contents of the report in both the Integrity Oversight Committee meetings and in the Ethics Committee meetings. And additionally, all members will be given another opportunity to discuss the contents of both reports when they are returned to this House. Bills brought from the Senate. Do you have a point of order?
I have a question for you,
no,
from what you just said.
Member, whenever a matter comes before this House and is referred to a committee, there is no debate on the matter. The report that has come from the Integrity Committee concerns my own statutory declarations. I have therefore, as Speaker of this House, as I have absolutely nothing to hide, I have, contrary to my ruling, as I have done previously, tabled the report. It now goes to the Integrity Oversight Committee for its deliberations, and I have added another committee. It goes to the Ethics Committee, and it's for its deliberations. And like in everything else, when it comes back here after being deliberated by members, every member of this House will have an opportunity to consider and be a part of the debate. And that is my ruling, and I ask us all as members of this House to let us move on with the agenda as it has been passed to the committee. If the question is opening a debate, I'm not going to do that. It has been referred. The matter is tabled and it is public. The matter is tabled, it is public knowledge, And any committee that I sit on, or when it is deliberated in this House, I will, as Speaker, recuse myself. It has been referred to 2 committees, and that is my ruling. Now I move on with the agenda. Bills brought from the Senate.
Okay, so what you were watching there was the opposition walking out of Parliament, and the opposition also said the Speaker was controlling a new microphone system that had been installed over the summer and was therefore preventing them from being heard. We'll hear a little bit more from opposition leader Mark Golding coming up a little bit later on, but let me come now to Jeanette Carler and Daniel Archer. And before, I don't want us to overlook this, but so before we start about microphone or report or anything, I don't think it's been commented on that the Integrity Commission had done what a number of people had been calling for, which is to have the investigation report and the ruling tabled at the same time. So there was no period of speculation as to whether the Speaker would be charged or not, or what would happen. The ruling has come out to say the investigation report came out referring it, and then the Director of Prosecution has ruled that that charge is delayed. What difference, if any, has that made? Jeanette first.
Well, you said it shuts down on the rumor mill, it shuts down on the speculation. It's a smooth, seamless understanding moving from the findings from the investigator to knowing where the DCP is going. And I really have to commend the Integrity Commission. We've had some boo-boos, but this is the direction in which we want to see it going.
Right. It's an improvement. And what you want to do is to learn from the experiences that you've had in the past. And you would have recalled all the controversy that erupted on the last occasion. Can it be done? How can it be done? Why wasn't it not done? And I'll throw in as an added bonus point here is a recognition that when you look at the report, the time factor for the investigations has also improved. So you no longer have those negatives saying, oh, look how long they take. This is something that they clearly have demonstrated learning from the past.
Okay. All right. So let's go to what happened in Parliament yesterday. And Jeanette, describe for me what you saw, because we heard the Speaker essentially saying she's acting in the way she's acting to prevent any kind of conflict of interest. And at the appropriate time, she said she'll recuse herself. But she clearly didn't think yesterday was the appropriate time.
Yeah. Dion, I was mulling on it coming down that you and I started this conversation 10 years ago. Yes. In 2013, you'll recall, a different hat, co-executive director for the Jamaica Civil Society Coalition. But, you know, the person, the public official has changed, the year has changed, the situation has changed, but really and truly what we've been discussing for 10 years is, can our policymakers come to a decision on where in this whole accountability chain process do we begin to get answerability, responsibility, and accountability? When I started off 10 years ago, it was if a rumor came up, no, we can't do anything on the basis of a rumor. That wouldn't be fair. I did my research, you find jurisdictions where that happened, Jamaica not ready for it. Then we said, what about allegations? Because we have them. They're very serious, the circumstances look bad, the optics are bad. We said, no, that's not fair to the public official. We need a report. We get reports. we look at the findings. We listen to the policymakers there, and we're told, no, a report is not enough. We need a ruling. And as you said a while ago, the ruling came in short order. So we have the findings, we have a ruling. And yesterday, the thing that, really took me back the most is the fact that that didn't seem to be enough for our policymakers to say, yes, this is the point at which somebody has to recuse themselves. So that's the issue that I'm having. 10 years of conversation, and this conversation started long before I got into it 10 years ago. But I was taken aback that a ruling from a Director of Corruption Prosecution was not enough for the Speaker of the House, not just an ordinary member of Parliament, but for the Speaker of the House to say, I will step aside. JAMP is not asking for a resignation, Dion. But we can't reconcile the Speaker of the House continuing to sit and preside while there are rulings of charges that have actually been laid against the Speaker of the House. So we want her to face the court, and if the court comes up with a response that's favorable to her, then the Speaker returns to the job. But if not, then we would expect that someone else is going to have to be appointed as the Speaker of the House.
All right, well, let's take the break, and then we'll come back. We'll pick up lots more to talk about. Remember, you can WhatsApp us. It's 371-0082, 371-0082, and tweet us as well. It's #TVJ. All angles will soon come.